All right, so this is the only channel that has ever, to this very day, showed y'all who brought smallpox to our continent and how it was used against us, unlike what we were told before, okay? It's the only channel. No one's ever talked about this. No one. So when I hear somebody all of a sudden say, now that they did not have smallpox, that it was a made-up story, okay? And see, here's the problem with you people. You guys are in North little fucking America. And you just base it off of pictures and assumptions. You don't bring no material, no books that proves that they, the Anglos, brought smallpox. We know that they brought other diseases. But I was very specific because this smallpox decimated our people. And our hunter needs to know who exactly brought that fucking shit to us. And it wasn't by chance. And it wasn't because you were enslaved. No, you did it on purpose. So now, once again, fam, it's the only channel that has ever showed y'all who really brought smallpox to us. Well, what do you know? All of a sudden now, the same BHI groups, because obviously it's decimating their doctrine, are now saying that, nope, that's not true. That I guess I'm lying. As you can see, though, they don't call my ass out. They don't say you're wrong, we're going to correct you. No. On the contrary. They're indirectly going against what I've been sharing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you as part 2 and give you more detail. You know what I'm saying? Give you more detail and be more specific. Now, I did a video on smallpox about a year ago, okay? So I'm going to show you portions of that video because I brought out a lot of information. I have more information as well. But it's time that we start like looking at it now. Like, look at this, fam. You see how they're moving the court? Now they don't even want, first of all, they don't talk about Negro conquistadors. They don't talk about having black padres teaching us religion, Christianity. This is like in early, like 1500. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now they got nothing to do with smallpox. Look, I brought out material in English, brought out material in Spanish, brought out, matter of fact, where French pox came from, where smallpox came from, right? And these are historical books. This isn't books from like 1970. I brought out material from 1700. And now they want to go against it. So I'm going to show you some videos. And I want to once again remind you, BHIs, that you are too scared to debunk my shit. You are too scared to debate those topics. I will decimate you through all Deuteronomy 28. And that's just like the icing on the cake for our people. So let me remind you and put you back in your fucking place. Because no, you guys, West African people, brought smallpox to the Americas. That is a fucking fact. And I don't care what you say. You want to know why? Because there's no material that you can say contrary to this. So let's begin.
But many African Americans, you are the Native Americans. You're not even African Americans, you're Native Americans. You're the ones that they brought blankets with, was it smallpox or whatever diseases, and wiped out entire communities. Because they said they came in peace, but they actually came in war. And they are still warring us right until this day. So there are those beloveds of you who really don't feel any connection to Mama Africa. And this is just, a confirmation, a reassurance that America belongs to you.
All right, so as we know, it's like, yo, listen, just because you ain't the attention anymore, all these curses, they ain't happening to you. They're not coming after you guys. So now you want to create some type of division. No, it's too late now. The train's gone very strong. We bring facts. We don't bring fiction. You guys are being like cool Mayo and shit. You're just, oh, no, that's not true. But look at these pictures. Okay, show me that that white man brought smallpox, not French pox, because we know they did. Because French pox, you guys experienced in Africa. And I brought that material up. So let's go and do it again.
Of Americans' linen blankets disguised as a gift. But really, those blankets were a weapon of mass genocide. Those blankets were infected with smallpox. Almost 50% of the Native American population died between the 15th and 18th century. This was intentional biological and disease warfare against the Native Americans. We're talking millions. And then they turn around and blame the disease on black slaves in an attempt to keep natives away from black slaves.
There ain't nobody on YouTube or TikTok or anyone that has been sharing this to you, except my channel. Except this channel. But you see how they never directly call this channel out? Because there's too much information. And I appreciate all you subscribers that are here, that 778, because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. Brothers that actually, and sisters that understand community, unity, patience with each other. Brothers and sisters that can maintain relationships, not at one moment, but hurt and disappear, and then want to show up again. No. That's not the way we are. Let's continue.
Trying to deceptively persuade Native Americans to stay away from black people, their brother, because they knew if we got together, it would be a problem for them. I know what you're gonna say. It was in the past. Let bygones be bygones. Well, my people suffer today as a result of what you did, and you benefit from what your grandparents did in the past. What they did in the past was for your future. I will never forget what you did.
This is a white man with woolly hair, practically, okay? I'm sorry to tell you. All right, so I guess, so we're gonna go with it now. So this is why I'm saying smallpox round 2. Because apparently they need to be reminded once more of the idiocy, the ignorance, or whatever that fucking thing is. I don't understand anymore, bro. I think I brought up enough material to show y'all that, hey, listen, there was such a thing and you guys brought it. But no, now all of a sudden, no, that's not true. That's just a lie that the white man wants to improve onto you. Because they don't want us to be together. Oh, really? Let me remind you people, of what the fuck you teach my brothers and sisters in your goddamn stupid ass fucking camps, okay? Let me remind you real quick. Revelation 1:14, family, I'm gonna give you examples as to why this is such a tainted stupidity, no different than wobbleism, okay? I'm gonna show you where wobbleism is in these camps. They're very like ignorant to go to this Revelation 1:14 and 15, but they don't technically read further 16 and 17 because then it kind of contradicts everything that's going on here in verse 14 and 15. But there's a point. Revelation 1:14 says, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Right? And his feet like onto fine brass. Brass is not copper, by the way. Brass is actually like a very yellowish, metal. But that's beside the point. And onto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sounds of many waters. You see, Jesus is black. All right? So this is what they do. This is where they go. This is where they take you. Okay? So now, this is what they're teaching to you, family. They don't want unity. They don't want unity. Because here's what they say. Then they go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Then they say this to you. You unlearned, you simpletons, right? You burros and shit. Now this, 1 Corinthians 15, 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, neither do corruption inherit incorruption. Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. I'm sorry. Okay? So what do you think they mean by that? Here's what they mean by that. Corruption is how you look like. So what they say is, you look Hispanic because you mix with the white man. You see, when the white man came over, you mixed with them. That's why you look like them. Doesn't that sound like wobbleism? like they were here originally. But here, hold on, I'm not even done to check it. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. You're like, what? What do you mean be changed? Watch what this Paul is talking about. In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So you're like, wait, hold on a second. What are you trying to tell me? That when the quote-unquote Messiah returns for the 6th time, that I'm going to turn into something else? Like, yeah, okay. What is that? What is that? Okay, I'll show you. Philippians 3:21. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body? According to the workings whereby he is able to subdue all things unto himself. You see, when the black Messiah returns from West Africa, you're going to look like us. Yeah, really? Yeah, you're going to look like us. So family, at the end of the day, what they're really trying to tell you is that they were here originally. We look like Africans, and we don't look like this anymore because apparently we mix with other nations. Let's go.